today with kind of full body. Get yourself moving, wake up, feel a little bit more alive as you go about your day. This is a routine for everybody and anybody. Then we hop on again for the intermediate, and then after a little break, we're going to do our choreography workshop. We're going to continue our piece of Buenos Aires from Evita by Andrew Lloyd Webber. It's just a piece of the song where we kind of practice different skills that we can apply to things later on if you're dancing. But we also try and develop things here in the morning. So if you want to take a nice stance here with your feet a little wider than your shoulders, and you're just going to breathe in and out. Just a couple times, listen up. And then just opening and closing your fingers. Your toes too if you can. And I want you to, even if you can't really feel your toes that well, try and think about what that would feel like. Try and connect that signal from your head to your toes. So they're kind of opening and closing like a fan. And then we're going to do what I call just loosening the knees, which isn't really bending them. It's just kind of letting them not straighten, just kind of letting them relax. And then a gentle straighten. So not all the way, it's not straightening anything. You're just kind of getting that first little piece of movement in there. And then lifting your shoulders up and putting them down. And lifting them up and putting them down. Up and down. And then forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards. And rolling back. And rolling up to the front. These are all moves we've done. You can always go back to the beginning ones and do those. If you want to start a little more slowly, because these are progressive. And let's loosen our knees again and come up. Not a little deeper this time. Not all the way, just a little bit more. And straightening. Always try and think about when you're bending your knees. I keep turning so you guys can see, but you can stay in one place, is that your knees go right over your feet. So they're aligned with your feet and not going inwards or outwards. That's what we don't want because our knees like straight lines. And coming back up, and giving our head a shake now. And these are all gentle movements. This happens right at the top of your neck. Coming back, and nodding yes. And we're going to start with our lower arm bends. So your elbows stay in place. It's just your lower arms. This is however high you personally can get. And a little wrist wiggle. Little wrist flap. And let's go to the front this time. I'm just going up and down. And this time, I'm going to bend our knees, but this time a little more. Now, as you're bending, I want you to think about not just letting them fall, but try and tighten them at the top of your knees. If you can't feel that, put your hands on it until you can't feel it. You may not feel it first. And try to use that part to bend and straighten. And it's like we're doing one of those ways we're like, ooh, ooh. So we're going up and down. Remember, those knees are going over your feet. And this is as high as your arms go. Now, if the knee bends get to be too much, you can always sit down and bend and straighten in a chair. And toes are lifting, like a chicken flap. You can tuck them under, or just lift them from here. And now we roll down a little bit, so you're just rolling down, slide your waist. And from here, you try and swing your arms from side to side, but very slowly. Don't want to rush things because you want to be really using your muscles to do it. And stopping in the middle, and then feel like one arm is being tugged toward the opposite foot, and the other. And back to the middle, and rolling up. And try to hang on to something, but something a little sturdier than that. And bending your knees, but I want you to have your weight a little more on the front leg so you can feel your back leg. So you're going to feel a pull in the back of your calf. And straighten that out and just kind of leaning into your front leg just to feel that stretch in your back leg. And then taking that foot and giving it a wiggle. Flapping it up and down. And go to the other side. And you're going to have a little bit of your weight, you're going to have your weight a little bit more on your front leg, that back leg bend. And coming up and leaning to that front leg, just to feel a little pull in your calf. You're holding on here to something nice and sturdy. And then that ankle, a wiggle. And a flap. I still want you to be holding on, I'm just going to show from the side. So I want you to take that first leg and rest it on the balls of your feet. And just kind of lean into it a little bit and push back onto your other leg. So you want your body weight all over the leg that's closest to what you're holding. Then you let it shift out a little bit. So it's on the weight is in the ball of your feet, and then pushing back. And then switch hands. And do the same thing. Rest that outer leg on the balls of your feet. Lean into it. Press onto your leg. Doing our middles. So I just want you to feel like you're clenching your stomach, lean forward, and then lengthen it up. We're just going to go down and up. Coming back up, and I'm just gonna sway kind of side to side like a tree, but what I want you to do is plant your feet really, really sturdy into the ground, so it's really just your upper body that is swaying back and forth, and your lower body is rooted like a tree trunk. So again, trying to keep your lower body straight and chest bowing from the waist. down slowly. Feel the top of your knee. And go back up. And go right back down. Again, make sure your knees are right over your feet. And just kind of do a twist from side to side. And to finish up, let's do just our weight shifting. So I want you to just stand as you normally stand. And this is something you might not be super visible, but I want you to feel that your body weight is kind of shifting forward onto the balls of your feet. So it's like somebody's tipping you forward, and then you come back. And you're tipping forward, and back, and tipping forward, back, and tipping forward, coming back. Just to feel that the weight comes off of your heels a little bit. Have your legs be a little less tired if you're on your feet a lot. And let's do one more thing. Let's do a balance. All right, so you remember your square, your shoulders and your hips form the four corners of your square. You don't want it to tilt or go here. You want to just keep that square as much as you can. And if your weight is in the middle between your two legs, then you're going to shift it all onto one leg. And you're just going to, you don't have to lift this leg, but I want you to feel that most of your weight is on here. You can lift this one if you want. Up carefully. Down. And still keeping that square. I'm going to bring it back to the middle. And then shift it onto your other foot. Feeling that all of your body weight is right over this one leg. And this one, if you needed to, it'll pick it up. Just test yourself a little. Bring it up if you want. But once your weight is all over one leg, this leg is free. You can step on it, you can lift it up, you can climb the stair, you can do anything you want with it. So that's what we're aiming for, is to have that balance there and to feel how the shifting of our body weight helps us to move. And coming back to the center. You're just taking that square, and I just wish you shift it from leg to leg a couple of times. Just to feel where your body weight is. A lot of this is getting your brain ready to feel what's going on. And coming back to the middle. And coming up, and let's breathe in. And exhale. And stretch your arms out like you're flying. And give yourself a hug. You did it. Happy Monday, Fireflies. Thank you so much for being here. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to jump right on and do the intermediate routine. And after that, we'll be doing our dance choreography. So if you want to stick around, we'll be here. My love to you, Fireflies. Bye.